This is the story of the Lyon family on wheels. Dad must have been the biggest dandy in town, just starting his business and sporting a flashy four-cylinder Pierce Arrow. It wasn't long before he took his mom and dad on a hunting trip on the Russian River. The next Pierce was a big, powerful four-seater possessing all the virtues claimed by the ads. This behemoth took his family to Bartlett Springs, famous spa above Clear Lake. He called it the Bartlett Stage at the moment. Was this beauty, now on display, really Dad's at the start? The next step was a more sturdy top, with floppy side curtains, but headlights were still centered. Note that the steering wheel was still on the right, just to be sure and see chickens trying to cross the road. It was 1923 and Dick and Ted are playing in Dad's car in front of our new Piedmont home. The hard leather top now has a sturdy back window. Here Dad has mounted his papier-mâché lion on the hood to lead a holiday Oakland parade. Dad decided to give the glamorously silent new electric car, the Franklin, a try. It lost its glamour promptly. The Pierce had by now a sturdier top, but still not yet real windows. Then something happened. Lights on the fenders made their debut. Driving would never be again the same. Dad would say, "See those two lights ahead? Sure hope it's a Pierce and not two motorcycles." This is the Pierce Arrow we remember so well. The steering wheel is finally in place on the left as traffic on two-lane roads became the menace. Its jump seats made it a 7-passenger with room for 3 obstreperous boys on the 3-day journey to Coronado each summer. None of these modern cars in shows can be Dad's, for his pioneering truly closed cars with a California top probably ended up as tour buses in Yosemite, to be worn out there. Dad loved parading, with this "Let Lion Guard Your Goods" lions on the hood. He also loved towing anyone in trouble. We 3 boys on the hood and headlights were lucky guys looking forward to the day when we too would begin to drive. What about moving vans as they would merge into 18-wheelers? Dad started with horses and doctored all of their ills. His first real van was a true tractor and trailer, so many years ahead of its time. This is Dad's first flatbed truck, with a top speed of 13 miles an hour. It was unavailable for containers, known then as lift vans. Dad would be at the office at 5 a.m. getting his vans ready to go by 6, and the van's lions were hand-painted, not the decals of today. Here's Dad's first semi-tractor and trailer, also a probable first in Oakland. It's Pierce Arrow time again. This show car could have been Dad's. He and Mom drove the terribly sandy roads in Nevada as he became governor of Rotary's largest district of 3 states. The car took a beating, but survived. In 1933, here we are on a 10,000-mile trip to New York and the Chicago's World Fair. We had a Hollywood flimsy cloth top to protect the rumble seat, and small brother Bruce would sleep in the rumble seat each night. I started Stanford in my $12 Model A and burned many bearings on those short trips. The crash of '29 took every cent from Dad, and Pierce's gave way to an Auburn for a while. But things improved, and as Dad created Hidden Valley and Lafayette, this classic Buick station wagon let us haul hay while being dressy enough to take us to the opera. This is Blue Beauty Roadmaster 8. It was $600 as it rolled in for sale and service, and I said, forget the surface. I'll take her as is. What a joy on mountain fishing trips. And she never let me down through medical school years. Could this be my Blue Beauty? Today, of course. Wartime service completed, I married Carol, and we set out for Boston in the Red Baron, 6-cylinder Beauty, top down most of the way. I changed tires as we paid the price then of driving on gravel to reach Banff on our way to Boston and a surgical residency. Could this be our Red Baron? Perhaps. Back to Dad, now trying a Lincoln and then a series of Cadillacs, tail fins coming and going. Pierce Arrows are long gone, now owned by Studebaker, as lights on fenders become the rule. Son Dick, now at home in Berkeley and in urology practice, tries Pontiac, then Chrysler's magnificent station wagon, to Pontiac again, plus a second red machine, a Chrysler convertible. On moving to Napa and commuting to Bay Area hospitals, the Chevrolet Monte Carlo with smooth stick shift was just plain fun. It becomes Mercedes time for our families, as we buy them in Europe for $6,000, adding safety for all of us. But as repairs piled up, along with the cost and gasoline in short supply, this was my last coupe, now driven by Carol. The Cadillac Eldorado with added diesel tank gave me the range needed to assure diligence in my practice. At age 65, I satisfied a lifelong wish to take the high-performance course given by Bob Bondurant. I was instantly happy behind the wheel of Datsun Zs and Formula cars, pleased to be at home with these young racers. I was now content in my Eldorado to just cruise at 65 to and from a demanding practice. With Carol in her 80s and I in my 90s, should we quit? Not at all. My Odyssey is a joy, as is Carol's RAV4. Driving safety owes much to advances in tires and engine performance, but mostly to windshield wipers, power steering, and power braking. It is time for a forced safety device, as elderly drivers like us multiply. We have adapted the standard right mirror convexity to our driver's mirror. Both mirrors have simple stick-ons that frame cars in adjacent lanes, declaring their distance behind and relative speed. Lane changes require no time-consuming body and head turns, our eyes constantly looking ahead. As you open your door, this cyclist is clearly seen. Elderly stiffening necks make looking back a risk. The simple mirror changes make the difference.